Richmond Street. Going for a walk. Back there, that's the parking lot for Carvana. That's where they park all the cars to go in all the Carvanas in the northeast section of America. Or at least that's what I was told. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to walk Richmond Street pretty much from where it begins all the way down to the Betsy Ross Bridge. Richmond Street is one of the oldest streets in the city. That's all I really know. I started doing research on Bridesburg history, but for some reason I stopped. I gotta get. I'll try to do it again. But this is probably. Is this the busiest street in Bridesburg? Yeah, I'm going to say this is busier than Orthodox Street. It's a street where there's playgrounds, there's businesses, there's a bank, there's Lurie's. Lurie's looks like it's closed right now. Bridesburg Pizza. And you got the firehouse, the playground. The Wawa. Oh, it's a star-studded walk here. All right. There it is, Bridesburg Pizza. These houses are nice. This is 24 hours after the snow. Actually, it was snowing a little bit today. So technically, the legal rule is you have 36 hours to shovel your sidewalk. Oh, there they are, off the Carvana land. Man, that's a nice looking house. I never noticed that. Alright. There it is. Engine 33. I know a lot of the big houses, I don't think this one was, but some of them were like hotels. There's probably a few in Richmond. This house is gorgeous, though. This house always does it up for the holidays. Decorations all over. Inflatables everywhere you can see. That Irish Eyes pub, they were trying to make that like a strip club hookah lounge. I don't know who did. You ever watch Bar Rescue? They do demographics and they research a neighborhood. I don't know who did the research and said, you know what? Let's get that hookah stripper bar in Bridesburg. I'm sure that's going to do well. Oh, yo. Joe Ho is seen you got 36 hours. Get to work. Better get out here shoveling. Actually, oh, it looks like he did. You gotta come back twice. You can't just shovel once. Although I think he rents that place, so that should be his. I know my one next door neighbor. She rents her place. And I always sweep her pavement. Just, it's because I'm a gentleman and I want pats on the back from all of you. So please, do me a favor, hit like, because I'm a good human being. But yeah, I just shovel. I shovel a few people. It's just there's so little to shovel. My house, I have like 6 blocks. Like 1, 2, 3, that's it. That's all I shovel. So I could do 3 houses. It'll take me 2 minutes. But technically, my next door neighbor has a landlord, and that's their job. I'm going to start charging them. I guess since you've been doing it for a decade now. Alright, this is Bridesburg Rec. That's Officer Gary Sersky. I believe he was killed in the line of duty at a bar, I think on Castor Ave. It was like a bar, it was getting robbed, and he answered the call, and he was shot. And I think to this day, it happened a long time ago, over 15 years ago, I think. And to this day, if you go past that bar, they still, they don't advertise their daily specials. It always says, rest in peace, Gary Sersky, or Officer Sersky. I hope I said that name right. He also was a security guard at Boyd's. Like, you know, cops do, like when they're not on duty, they do security detail at retail stores. He worked at Boyd's, I think, for a little bit. And a lady I worked with said he was a really, really nice guy. All right. So, there they are. 100 years old and #1 in your hearts. Aqua String Band. Alright. I'm actually getting ready to walk to the post office. I'm going to walk to the Betsy Ross Bridge, but my main goal here today is to get stamps for my Patreon subscribers. I'm getting ready to mail out the postcards. If you don't know, I have a Patreon where you get bonus videos, and you get access to all the old bonus videos I made for the past 2 years. And I mail you a postcard. If you give me $5 or $10 a month, I mail a postcard to you. Uh-oh. Death and destruction. I'm sorry. Go ahead. So, this is Cokies. This is it's like an abandoned field, and they're in talks. They started talks that they're gonna make this something like maybe another delivery warehouse like Amazon has. Amazon has a delivery warehouse about a half a mile from here. It's on Richmond Street. We'll walk past it. So anyway, yeah, Cokies is, I mean, it goes all the way down to the river. It's abandoned. Or somebody owns it. I guess they're selling it. It's also the spot where I lost my drone. Oh, I hate that place. And it's a big hangout spot for, like, the kids of the neighborhood. This is where they go drinking, apparently. I would say the majority of these houses are about 100 years old. My house is over 100 years old. My house is 120. There it is. And now they have security guards that sit outside Cokies. Oh. Look at this little wagon. I guess that guy didn't get the memo. The election ended back a few months ago, but I don't know. That's silly. There's all these porch houses. And if you ever come in this neighborhood during Halloween and Christmas time, if you look for Halloween decorations, Richmond Street, this section of Richmond Street here, usually does it good. So make sure, you know, we're watching this video in February, so make sure you get the calendar book out now. Let's jot this down. All of us, okay, I'm going to go to Bridesburg in October. Okay, thanks, YouTuber. Oh, these houses. This is like the new stucco that people were getting a few years ago. I guess they're still doing it. All right. Now we're coming up to Richmond and Orthodox. That's the big intersection here. Old English Pizza. That mechanic that has like gas pumps that I've never seen anybody ever get gas at. Phil's Hair Salon. Oh, it's the who's who of Bridesburg. Yeah, you see this one. I think this building used to be a hotel in Bridesburg. Because you get here and then you hop on your horse and you go downtown. The nail salon. This is Old English Pizza. I call it Old London. Old English Pizza. I don't go here. I go to Renzi's. Renzi's has a reward program. I don't know if this place does that. So there's a new nail salon. Nails base coat. Okay. Here it is, Richmond and Orthodox, when the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl a few years ago. This is the intersection where Bridesburg came to party. The Pico manhole. Pico is the Philadelphia Electric Company. There it is, Rite Aid. The post office is right there. That's where I'll be getting the stamps for the Patreon postcards. Every time I go there to buy the stamps from the post office, look at this. Every time I go there to buy I buy postcard stamps. There's different stamps for postcards. And every time I get them, the guy goes, "Oh, nobody ever gets these." And I get them every month. So I know he says the same thing. Nobody gets these. Yeah, I do, every month. What are you talking about? There you go. Can you build a snowman? That's like a unicorn, right? Very good. There it is. The Wawa. But look at this, man. Everybody pretty much shoveled. You know what they do? I don't know if this is a Philadelphia thing or not. Let me know. know what they do in our neighborhood? The kids will go around and they'll knock on your door and they'll say, yo, you want us to shovel your sidewalk? And you give them like 10 bucks, 5 bucks, whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know what the going rates are. I never say yes. I always tell them to get out of here. I'm just walking. Okay. There he is. I think that's John Newman. This is Franklin Town Charter Elementary School. Back when I first moved into this neighborhood, it was, I think it was like a supermarket, like an Acme, like a Bobo Acme supermarket, and a beer distributor. And then that closed down and they built the school there. And this is Holy Redeemer Cemetery. If you lived in Port Richmond, the Port Richmond Tigers were founded by a guy named Keith Daly. And Keith Daly's buried here. And Sean Daly. And there's a few other people. Former Phillies buried here. I don't know. But he played like in the 1913s. It's a pretty nice looking building here, though. It's also a shortcut through the neighborhood. Everybody uses it. The biggest controversy in the neighborhood 3 years ago, a lot of people, when they walk their dogs, they walk through this part. Not the graves, but the pathway, the pavement. Oh, is that causing an uproar? Everybody on the Bridesburg Facebook page. Oh, you can't walk your dogs. And then that died down. No, it happened. No, it didn't. I don't know if it died down. I just stopped going on the Facebook page. Too much goddamn drama. For your mama. There it is. Franklin Town. They have the nicest auditorium probably in the city. It's really, really good. Know what they do, though, these bastards? I went to a Christmas pageant with my kid. And my kid performed second. And I had to go back home to watch a meeting. So I saw the kids perform. And then they said, oh, you can't leave. They locked us in. They said, you got to stay for the whole performance. You can't leave. And I was like, what? I said, yeah, I got to go. I got to go to work. I'm lucky I'm even here. I got to see this. And they kept you in. I don't know. That's kind of like hostage taking, right? And this cemetery, it's like 6 blocks deep. Yeah, I stayed for that whole goddamn thing. I was so mad. And of course, my kid went first or second. And then, all the other kids, Jesus God, it was like a Christmas pageant. And the group that went after my kid, they did the 12 days of Christmas. So that's 6 hours. And they do every goddamn day. No need for that. Just start at 12 and sing backwards. There it is, the Bridesburg Pub. Oh, this is a new business. And used to be a hardware store. I think it's up here. Oh, a dentist. I know we had a dentist in the burg. Things are looking up. That's Fresh Direct. I think that's like the Amazon of supermarket Amazon or whatever. And I think this was the old hardware store. And I believe it was owned by a gentleman named Bill, or run by a guy named Bill. A real nice guy, if that was his hardware store. But definitely a business. Look at that. We're almost there. We're at the Betsy Ross Bridge is 2-3 blocks away, not even. And I will say, bravo to Bridesburg. What you know about a pavement being shoveled? Right there, that's the Amazon warehouse. If you come here at the right time, like if you come here at 8:55 a.m., you just see a line of trucks, and they just go down Richmond Street. Continuous Amazon vans for like 5-10 minutes. I heard Jeff Bezos retired. I hope he does okay. You know, it's tough times out there. Well, if you want to buy a house in Bridesburg, 4206 Richmond Street. Check it out. Let me know in the comments below. What's it going for? You know what? I gotta walk back this way anyway. So I'm gonna go back. I'll turn. Okay, I'll go up sound for a little bit. This is one of those, they fill up these tanks here. Welding supplies, welding gas. That is the Bridesburg Cougars field. I've lived here for 20 years. I've never been in that field. It's always closed. I think it's a private field too. And that's the Betsy Ross Bridge right there. That's where you would get off at. But I have to go to the post office. So we're gonna get a bonus. Like 4 minutes. Oh boy. Geez, thanks. See that that tarp, that black tarp? They just started doing construction here. I don't know what they're doing, but I think it's something to do with the 95 expansion. So they just put this up recently, and I think that's the stop sound to hit these houses when they start doing the construction. I was here one day when they were doing construction. It doesn't help. This is one of those magical streets in Bridesburg. I think this is one of them. It's a two-way street. All right, this is Salmon. But I think this is like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, right? Pretty nice neighborhood, quiet. Salmon. I don't know who owns that lot. All these houses are new. Maybe they might be over 10 years old. When you buy a new house in Philly, I don't know if this is true anymore, but they did this thing with property tax abatement, or I think that's the term. Abatement? Is that a word? Well, anyway, if you bought a new house in Philly, for the first 10 years you lived in the city, you didn't have to pay any property tax. Isn't that fantastic? So what a lot of people do is they live there for like 8 years and then they sell the house. One thing that's a law when they build a new home in Philadelphia, it has to have a garage. All those houses have garages. But I looked inside, they're pretty small. You could probably do one car in there. There you go. This guy knows. I ain't getting my windshield wipers frozen. Look at this. Another great street of shoveled sidewalk. Oh, it's almost here. I saw what's the hell's his name? Potonxie Phil? That's not the name. Potoxie? Oh, the groundhog. I saw that the groundhog saw his shadow. And then I never really thought about this until yesterday. There's always going to be 6 more weeks in winter during Groundhog Day. It's the first week of February. When the hell is it? When do you ever go, oh, it's spring in February? Never. I don't even say it's spring, and it doesn't even get springtime until like very end of April. I work at the Philly Stadium, and I remember like the first week of the season, I was wearing jackets and hoodies. It was cold. It was freezing. Good thing is I sell water ice, so I got to watch a lot of baseball that first few weeks of the season. There's more of the cemetery. This is the cremation section. Now, I was raised Catholic, and when I was raised Catholic, I don't think you were able to get cremated. I didn't think Catholics were allowed to get cremated, because I think what that means is when are we going to get biblical here? When Jesus comes back and we rise from the dead, what are you going to be? The Sandman? You can't come back from the dead if you're dust. I bet you a lot of these people could, though, because they're probably embalmed. So they could be a zombie. The cremated people can't be zombies. So, I don't want to get all religious on you. So, just remember, if you want to come back as a zombie, don't get cremated. Me, personally, I think I'm going to get cremated. I think. But then I worry, what if it hurts? And then you just spend your last 2 minutes like there's no, I don't want to, let's not talk about conscience and subconscious. Now we're just getting deep. There it is, Salmon Street. Now look at this neighborhood. Look at this block. There's a post office, houses, and a cemetery. Right? It's an ideal block. This is a great block that you want to live on because they're still using the cemetery. So that ain't going anywhere soon. So I say having a cemetery as a next door neighbor is fantastic. Last week this tree was in bloom, had little flowers, all dead. Alright, so we're going to end it at Renzi's. This is where I get my pizza. Eric, can you build a snowman? Alright, so we're going to end it at Renzi's. Do me a favor, hey, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up. While you're at it, hit subscribe. Don't forget to check out my merch. My merch is fire. And if you want to help me out, if you want to buy me a beer, sign up for Patreon. Get a postcard and bonus videos. Matter of fact, I'm getting the stamps right now for said postcards. Oh. You know, the weatherman said it was going to be 30 degrees today. Feels like 20. So I bundle up. And, I'm sweating my balls off. These fucking weathermen. Oh, well, let's now go off on a foul mouth rant. No, let's not do that. Let's end it here. All right. Doodles.